commissioner of SFL, and we're here today to make more content for the league. I thought we needed a little more something to talk about. It's been a long time since I've made a video, so here we go. I thought today I'll do a power ranking for the league. So this will be the initiation, I guess, of NATO's power ranking. This is going to be the Week 5 power ranking. All right, let's do it. Alright, this is a disclaimer, guys. I just ran through all the video, and I think the video ended up being a bit too long, so feel free to play this video at twice the speed or something like that, 1.5 speed. Otherwise, it might take a little long. I don't want to bore anybody. So, there you go, guys. Here you go. Check out the power rankings. Alright, so normally the power rankings are done by Tight, Joe Camel. He normally releases at least 3 to 4 power rankings per season, but I think he's a little busy at the moment. So here, I'll do one the best way I know how, and by video. So what else? You get to see me look like a fool. You get to hear my accent, and so without further ado, here we go. I'm gonna be putting some gameplay in the bag, maybe one of my games, because I haven't been able to gather any other gameplay. I just haven't had the time to do that. So I guess you're gonna be enjoying some Dolphins gameplay in the background. Okay, so what did I consider on the power rankings? I considered the schedule, and what I gotta say now is that you have to play your schedule. So surely maybe you're matched up early on against some what's deemed as weaker opponents, but I mean ultimately you gotta win those games. But I did take into consideration the strength of schedule. Now I used the one on Daddy Leagues that it gives you a little number that says whether your schedule has been strong or not. So hopefully it's accurate. So I tried to look at who each team played, their history in SFL, and so far after 4 games, this is how I feel it's gone down. So here we go. Okay, so coming in at number 1, it's the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are 4-0. So what do you know? Drake won the last Super Bowl on Madden 17, so he's off to a good start. Unfortunately, he's in my division, and I got to deal with that now for all of Madden 18. But Drake off to a good start. Here we go. He's at 4-0. He's currently 3rd on offense in points scored, averaging 33 points per game. I thought defense was strong this year. What's going on? The zones are too much? Well, not for Brady apparently. And to make matters worse, Drake's defense is currently 3rd in the league. He's only allowing 10 points per game. So I guess he's winning with defense like everybody else in Madden 18 at the moment. So, Tom Brady, through 4 games, though, he's been sacked 13 times. I guess everybody's getting sacked out here. So there you go, coming in at number 1, it's the Patriots. Hey, maybe I should have done this backwards, but hey, whatever. Maybe I should have started at 10 and then worked my way to number 1. Wow. I just screwed that up. Anyways, hopefully still interesting. And coming in at number 2 is the Raiders. GM Joe has the Raiders at 4-0. What do you know? This team is talented on both sides of the ball, but GM Joe, he made a surprising trade earlier before the season even got started. He dealt Mr. Khalil Mack away. I don't know how you have the gut to deal at that type of linebacker away. I mean, that's a tough decision. But so far, it's working out for him. He's 4-0, and I think the Texans have won just 1 game out of 4 games so far. They're 1-3, so it's not working out for them. But Jim Joe is doing really well. His offense is currently ranked 4th in the league at 32 points per game, and his defense is first in the league. I guess he's not really missing Mr. Mack. His rush defense is actually ranked 1st in the league. That's surprising, considering how strong the running game has been this Madden. Heck, he's also 1st in passing yards on defense. Holy cow. So, I mean, he's winning with defense and converting those points. Yeah, because Derek Carr doesn't seem to be having a I don't know, above average season so far. He's actually thrown for only 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. It's Marshawn Lynch, Mr. Lynch. Beast mode's carrying the load with 590 yards already. Okay, so that's over 100 yards a clip per game so far. So there you go. That's your number 2 team in SFL. And before now, we announced the 3rd team. I know the NFC right now is shaking up their boots because they're like, what? What about the NFC? You're going to tell me the top 2 teams so far are in the AFC? Well, sorry to say it, but they are. I forgot to mention the strength of schedule, the ratings for both of those teams that I just announced. For the Patriots, it's minus 34.4. So their schedule has not necessarily being that great, but they beat the Chiefs on opening day, so that's got to count for something. Suspect is not an easy opponent. He's going to show up later on the rankings, so that's why I decided to go with the Patriots, the defending champions, and he defeated Suspect, who's a big baller himself. Nonetheless, let's see what the Raiders' strength of schedule rating is at. That would be at positive 36.9. So, according to Daddy Leagues, the Raiders have actually had a very decent opposition so far this Madden. So that's why I ranked them at number 2. I believe they beat the previously undefeated Broncos, so that game probably raised his strength of schedule rating a little bit. Alright, so coming in at number 3, it's the Vikings. So there you go, the NFC finally makes an appearance on this ranking. Well, we only have to wait for two teams, right? So the Vikings, I gotta say, this team had a good rate of defense, but I know Mark is a good offensive player, but I did not expect him to get started off to a 5-0 start. With that being said, Mark, I mean, his opponents are combined for what, three wins? He's played 5 people, they've combined for 3 wins. So, I guess, I mean, you got to play your schedule, though. I mean, you got to win the games. And a lot of these teams are actually, their opponents have very little amount of wins. So, at some point, you got to start naming some teams. So, the Vikings are currently 2nd in offense. They score at 38 points per game, but that's a funny thing to say considering defense is a little broken. But you're still scoring a lot of points. Mark is typically known for his passing yards. I guess he's 3rd. I thought he was he's 6th in passing yards and 2nd in rushing yards at 144 rushing yards per game. So Mark is typically known for his passing and not his running game. Surprising to see. Well, it's not surprising. Everybody's kicking ass on the run game so far this man. And his defense is actually middle of the pack, ranked at 15 in the league with allowing 24 points per game. I'm actually shocked that Mark decided to roll with Sam Bradford for season 1. I thought he would trade for somebody young, but no, he's sticking with Sam Bradford and traded Bridgewater to Halo and the Giants. So, well, his running back is doing pretty good. He's almost up to 600 yards through 5 games, so that's really good. He's got 9 touchdowns. Holy cow. Okay, so I guess I know Mark seems to lead the league on interceptions. He's already got a guy with 6 interceptions. Xavier Rose has 6. Kendricks has 5 interceptions, and Gilmore has 4 interceptions. So there you go. That's your number 3 team in the SFL. Man, I think I'm taking too long to do this. At this pace, this video is gonna be 20 minutes long, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm gonna rush through this next few. Okay, coming in at number 4 is the Jaguars. Halo. I mean, this team is a very talented Madden team, and Halo so far is proving it. At least on the defensive side of the ball. Wow, he's actually doing pretty bad on the passing side. His offense is ranked 31st in SFL. And 11th in points scored at 26 points per game. So he's definitely doing it with the defense. It looks like it's beginning to be a trend here. All these top teams, their defenses are what's carrying them and what's putting them over the top. So the Jaguars defense is ranked 4th in the league at 12 points per game. And that's what's doing it. Looks like Bridgewater's not off to a good start with just 2 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. At least he seems to be throwing a lot less interceptions than the rest of us, right? Is he forcing a lot of turnovers? No, he's just straight up. Mr. Halo is straight up forcing people to punt the ball. And that will get you a 4-0 record, guys. So, let's see who the Jaguars have beaten. So they've taken down the Texans, the Titans, the Ravens. See, that's a very good team so far. Goliath is doing pretty good with the Ravens, and I believe Goliath plays the Chargers. No, the Raiders this week, so that's a good matchup. One that you got to keep an eye on. The Jaguars also beat the Jets, so I mean, I know these other teams are combined for, let's see, one win, other than the Ravens. So you got to play your schedule and you got to win them games. Halo, you need to start losing, man. I got your pick, man. I was dumb enough to trade for that pick. Damn, Mark. I just took a picture instead of recording. Anyways, coming in at number 5 is the Giants. Rod's a quick learner. He's always off to a hot start on every Madden. He's at 4-0. 4-0, guys. And let's see how he's doing it. He's doing it with the defense. Again, this is a trend that you're going to continue to hear on this video. Defense is going to win the chip this Madden. I know it's strong. Not as strong as some are making it seem. But yeah. The Giants defense is currently ranked second. It's only allowing 8 points per game. Who's actually number one? Who's allowing less than 8 points per game? This is ridiculous. In any case, they're 5th on defensive yards, and they're 11th on passing yards and 5th on rushing defense. The offense has been, I guess, a little past the middle of the park with 20 points per game, coming in at 22nd ranked on SFL. But it's still averaging well over 100 yards per game at 116. So Rod is typically known also for like keeping a balanced offensive output. He's never been known for putting up a lot of yards on the offensive side of the ball, but it's surprising to see the Giants at 30th on passing yards so far. I guess he's trying to mold the rookie. The rookie has a completion percentage of 67.6 and 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Although Beckham doing his thing with over 200 yards, was not that impressive. Yeah, he's forcing a couple of interceptions here with Collins at 3 interceptions and Andrew Adams with 3 interceptions. Cromartie has 2 interceptions. So for the most part, he's forcing his opponent to punt. And there you go. Giants are at number 5. And now we're here at number 6. The Falcons. Conley has the Falcons at 4-0. Man, I kind of forgot about the strength of schedule thing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm running my mouth too much. I'm forgetting about this sheet. Anyways, Falcons are 4-0. Well, what else do you expect from Conley? Conley must feel right at home on this man because his strength has always been running the ball. And this Madden is being the best of those guys. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Conley's offense is currently ranked number 1 in SFL at 42 points per game. Dude is averaging 254 yards per game rushing. 254 yards. Holy cow. The defense is actually doing surprisingly not as good as. It's 13th. Conley's also known for that part. But his defense at 21 points per game allowed is ranked 13th in SFL. That's a bit surprising to see. But I guess when you score the ball so much, the opponent has that many more chances to score the ball. Matty Ice has 5 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. This dude has 2 running backs. Two. Oh shit, I just went over my glasses. Anyways, dude has 2 running backs over 400 rushing yards in 4 games. What in the world is going on? Yeah. I thought defense was OP. What's going on? Stop playing cover 2 against Conley. Running the ball shreds cover 2, this man. Holy cow. Coleman has 492 yards, averaging 11 yards per carry. Freeman has 442 rushing yards in 4 games. This is 2 running backs averaging over 100 yards per game. Holy cow. Man, y'all better stop playing some defense against Conley, man. What's going on here? So, like, who's Conley playing? Who's allowing all these damn yards? Holy. The Bears? Dragon. He put up 47 points, man. Stompy. Packers. Man, the NFC North looking weak, man. He played 3 guys from the NFC North. They all got, like, shredded. 45-12. Stompy. Then you got Molds. 27. At least Molds stayed a little close, but holy cow. And then you got the Bills. Shit, man, I'm going to get shredded in week 6. I got the Falcons coming up. Anyways, so, I mean, you got to win the games. And he's been winning them. And number 7, the Baltimore Ravens. Goliath. This is the first team with a loss on our power ranks. Goliath has the Ravens at 3-1. So how is he doing it? His offense is scoring a decent amount of 23 points per game. He's not doing so good on the passing yards department, though. He's ranked 28th in the league. But like everybody else, he's running the ball well at 140 yards per game. So what's his defense like? His defense is allowing just 14 points per game. And surprisingly, his passing defense is actually better than his rushing defense. I did not expect that. But nonetheless, that's how the Baltimore Ravens are doing it. How's the Joe Flacco? I mean, I think Joe Flacco's still injured because dude's like, he's got 2 touchdowns and 9 interceptions with a QB rating of 49.6. Now, how do you have a winning record with that type of QB rating? Holy cow. Oh, I see how. Terrence West has over 508 rushing yards in 4 games. All right, so that's how you do it. He's not scoring too much, though. Only 3 rushing touchdowns. So the Ravens must be getting a lot of defensive touchdowns to be winning these games. Yeah. Must be. Any forced fumbles? Only 3 forced fumbles. They got 2, 4, 7, 8, 12, 15, 16 interceptions for the season. So I think some of them had to go back all the way. Looks like Mr. Kamali Correa has 3 defensive touchdowns if the site is accurate. So that's how the Ravens are moving. Ravens have a big game this week against the Raiders. That should be fun. Get them boys down, Goliath. Take the Raiders down. Okay, so here we go. We're up to number 8. So I'm sure many of you would be surprised. I mean, I try to make it a little differently. I try to pay attention to strength of schedule. Now, normally, I know you guys would rank the number 8 team a little higher, but I'm not tight, all right? I'm not Joe Campbell. I'm Nate. So coming in at number 8 is the Chiefs. Suspect is at 3-1, and the reason he's at 3-1 because on opening day, week 1, he lost to the number 1 team in SFL, the Patriots. So that's why. So he's all the way down to number 8. Am I on number 8? Yeah, number 8. The Chiefs 3-1. Suspect. How's Suspect doing it? Well, it has to be with defense, right? Everybody's doing it with defense. Nobody's doing it with offense. Anyway, Suspect is scoring 24 points per game, 15th in the league. His defense is ranked 5th in the league at 13 points per game. That's how he's doing it. Mr. Mahomes, he's got 9 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. And the rookie, Mr. Kareem Hunt, is almost up to 600. Actually, I'm exaggerating. He's at 540 yards through 4 games, so that's not a bad output. And the speedster, Mr. Hill, has already 493 yards, so keep an eye on that. And shit, he's actually forcing a boatload of interceptions here. He's got 4 guys with at least 3 interceptions, so that's what Suspect is known for. Unfortunately, I didn't rank him higher because he went down on opening day to the Patriots and hasn't really played anybody else with more challenging since then. I'm sorry, Eagles. Kill Cam, man, come on, you gotta step up, killer. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. And coming in at number 9 is Simps. Simps, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your nickname there. So he's a new member. He's actually doing pretty good. He's off to a 3-1 start, and he seems to be using a mixture of 2 quarterbacks. He traded for Ryan Tannehill at the start of the season, so I'm not sure if he's benched him by now or he decided to go with Goff. Goff seems to have the more sane numbers here with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. And Tannehill has 5 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. So my guess is Tannehill is probably riding the bench right now. So how is our buddy Simps winning games? Wow, he's actually currently ranked 6th in the league, averaging 30 points per game. So that's not too shabby. Pretty good. Even though his total yardage is only up to 280, ranked 19th in the league. His defense is middle of the pack at 22 points per game, ranking him at 14th. And he only allows 90 rushing yards per game, which is not too bad. This man. Seems to me that he's probably forcing a lot of interceptions. No, he's not forcing. He's forcing a lot of 3 and out with that defense. And also he's turning the ball over. He's got 13. He's just outscoring his opponents. Okay, winning the game. That's how he's doing it. He suffered a setback very early in the season when Gurley went down. I think he's done for 6 games or something like that, if I'm correct. Let me see how many more games he's got left. He's still out. He's been out for 4 weeks, and he's going to be out for 6 more weeks, Gurley. Oh, man, knock on wood, I hope Ajayi doesn't get injured for me, or I'm done. I'm roasted. So that's the round for you coming in at number 9. And last but not least, coming in at number 10, it's the Dolphins. Yeah, right here. No, I'm sorry. I couldn't bear use Cutler. I tried to use him on practice, and I couldn't even complete any of the trainings with him. It was very difficult, so I had to trade for somebody to get myself going. So how are my Dolphins winning? Woo! Okay, so obviously I got more insight since it's my team. But to my surprise, I'm actually scoring at a decent clip this Madden. I'm averaging 28 points per game, ranked 9th in SFL. And I'm actually 4th in total yards of offense, which is mind-boggling. I'm not known for putting out that much yardage, let alone be 4th in passing yards. That's crazy. My defense is actually ninth in the league, allowing at 16 points per game. So it looks like it's a mixture. The offense seems to be clicking with rookie quarterback Joshua Dobbs. Dude is almost thrown for 1,000 yards and has 6 touchdowns and 14 interceptions, so that's not too bad. Ajayi, he's doing the J train, man. He can't be stopped. He can't be stopped. He's got 412 yards, so there you go. Landry leads the team in receptions and yards, 367. Okie dokie. So, and that's it, guys. That's the power rankings. And unfortunately, I think the video ended up being a little bit too long. Maybe it's too late for me to say it. I put a disclaimer at the start that this video should be played in at least on the 2x speed on YouTube, so it goes by faster. Plus, I speak very low, very slow. So there you go. That's your top 10 power rankings, and they're a little different.